from now on, Kevin.
Kenny.
He's Kenny
What did I call
Six-Pack.
him? Kenny Six-Pack.
Kenny Six-Pack.
Well, I told Chris, you call me Six-Pack all the time, which is cool, but I think it's possible you may have forgotten my first name in the heat of the moment.
Possible.
I refuse to believe it. I knew it began with a K.
I think it's likely. I think it's likely.
That's why I could have called you Canute, but I didn't. I called you Kenneth.
Kenny Six-Pack is a fantastic
Great.
nickname.
I'm not complaining.
Z-Pack will forever be known as Kenny Six-Pack. That's it. Even though his name's Kevin. Let's do the lunch rush. Kenny, I turn it over to you.
All right, Carmen, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about this, so let's start with the NBA rights deal. 11 years, $76 billion right now is the bid. It's becoming more and more likely, like we've all kind of been expecting, that TNT Sports will be losing this, but they do have a very slim chance here of doing what everybody wants them to do, I think, and retaining the dream team that they've gotten inside the NBA. You said this before the show. The money increase from the last deal to this deal is astronomically higher.
It's like 8.5 times. 8.5 times. Like, how?
Where do you think this ends up?
Meaning, like, do I think TNT comes back in?
Do you think that there's a photo finish and Warner Brothers Discovery gets it back?
I'm going to say no. What do I don't? That's just like my guess.
I don't think they were bluffing when they said what they were, saying. When Shaq said, "Hey, this is over. This is it. We're not doing it." Boom. I think at that point they had already committed to not doing it.
I think Barkley announcing he's going to retire after next year, right? I think even TNT is read the tea leaves. I think they've added other live programming and live sports. That's what everybody wants. That's why the rights deal can go up 8x. It's remarkable, but they're in demand. And after football, basketball it attracts a lot of eyes here. I mean, it really does. So I think this is it. I think on Thursday nights, we're going to be very accustomed to, in the fall, watching Amazon for football. And the minute it ends, they're going to go to basketball. So our new destination for what has been Thursday night on TNT for 20 years is going to be on Amazon Prime. I think that's how it ends.
So did you guys see how they have the week schedule laid out? So if TNT does not match, this is the way the NBA schedule will go for nationally televised games throughout the week. Mondays will be on Peacock. Tuesday nights will be on NBC, which that's new.
That is new.
There'll be a new game on NBC. Wednesday, ESPN. Thursday, Amazon, like Carmen was saying. Friday would be both ESPN and Amazon. Saturday, both ESPN and Amazon. And Sunday will be NBC and ESPN.
Wow. The only one that I don't like is Monday night Paramount or Peacock, because I don't have that. Yeah. But that's it. Otherwise, I'm good. I'll be able to watch a lot of NBA.
Yeah.
I think the NBA's done a good job over the years of putting a lot of their content on non-premium, I guess I better be careful how I say that, because some of those channels that I take for granted might be premium. But like, you haven't had to have the NBA package to consume a lot of NBA over the years. Between ESPN and TNT and NBA TV, NBA fans, without having the package, can watch a lot of basketball. And I've loved that, and I still feel like we'll get a lot of that. I do have one of those streaming services, Amazon Prime, obviously I have. I'm not getting Peacock, so I won't see the games on Monday. But other than that, I'll be able to watch a lot of NBA, so I'm happy with that.
I don't think you'll miss anything without having enough of that.
Either.
It's when you get into soccer that you need it.
Right, yeah, and you guys have it for soccer.
And football. I have it for soccer, yeah. And it just so happens the NFL's got some stuff with the cock.
Yes, that's true now. You're right. Yeah, it's part of the NBC deal. All right, what else, Kev?
All right, we know the Bulls are eager to get rid of Zach LaVine. The Pelicans are also in a similar boat with Brandon Ingram.
Yes.
And, of course, the Golden State Warriors are still in their window. At least they think they are. So they want to continue to reload and try to squeeze the juice out of their dynasty. I read this yesterday. Here's the proposal. This is from Bleacher Report. This proposed deal would have the Bulls trading Zach LaVine to the Warriors, Nikola Vucevic to the Pelicans, along with a couple of second-round picks. And the Bulls would be getting back Brandon Ingram and Andrew Wiggins. Does this do anything for you?
But that prevents you from being bad enough to tank.
But does that make them good if they're getting back two players of that caliber?
Yeah, it does.
Andrew Wiggins.
Well, wait, but Ingram. If you got back at Ingram,
I like Ingram.
That's a pretty good player.
Ingram's a good player. He's younger than LaVine.
Is Ingram really like how much markedly better than Zach LaVine is Brandon Ingram?
Oh, I think he's a lot
defender,
better.
That's
I
for
think
sure.
he's a lot better.
All right. I don't know, man.
But is that the objective you want for next season?
I thought the goal was like we're going to go young and we want to protect our top 10 pick.
Well, you know they don't want to go full blown rebuild.
Well,
I
you
don't
might.
think.
I don't know. You might
I don't
pick
think
a
teams
lane
like
guy.
teams. Well, this could be expediting the process and kind of going back into contention right away without having to endure a long tanking rebuild.
Brandon Ingram has never had a player efficiency rating over 19.2.
Throwing the purr at me now?
Well, I'm just saying, like, his true shooting percentage is 561. Like, are we sure he's that much better than Zach? I like Brandon Ingram as a player. I do. There are things I like about Zach's game, but I know you're not going anywhere with Zach LaVine as your best player. Where are you going with Brandon Ingram as your best player? I don't know. To me, it's like you're doing the same nonsense. And then what? You're going to pick 11th again and send that pick to San Antonio?
I think you're underrating Brandon Ingram as a player.
Am I?
Yeah, I think you are, Carm. I think your premise. I think you're underrating Brandon Ingram, but I also think that wouldn't really make sense if you want to keep your pick next year.
Right?
They're going to be too good if that's what they pull off.
Yeah, they'll be too good with Zach. They'll be too good with Brandon Ingram. I just don't know that it makes a lot of sense. Like, it feels like you're doing the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not big on that one. But
what's his contract status?
He will be a free agent next summer.
Yeah, he's looking for a deal.
He's getting this.
That's kind of why the Pelicans want to move
and
him.
that's why they want to get out of it.
Yeah.
The last 1 year, $36 million. All right, maybe we'll grab if you got a thought on that, fire it at us. We're going to talk to Jesse, and then we'll have a little time before crosstalk. 312-332-3776. See if there's any update on Cody Bellinger's hand after leaving the game after getting hit last night with Jesse coming up in 2 minutes.